We continue our code analysis of code example number 3, and we find this torchaudio.info. So let's take a look at this function. It gets signal information of an audio file. It takes a file path as an argument, and it will return a metadata, audio metadata data type. So we can query audio metadata by using the function torchaudio.info that fetches audio metadata. So we can provide a path-like object or a file-like object. So here we have torchaudio.info, here our sample wave path, and then there will be this metadata. So we are having our torchaudio.info, and we're passing this string with the URL of our audio file. So it will fetch this information, and then we'll return this audio metadata. So it's also part of the torchaudio backend, and we have torchaudio backend, sound file backend info, but we can use directly the torchaudio.info, the same what we did with torchaudio.load. So load is also part of the backend, sound file backend, but there is an alias that we can use directly, and it returns a class, AudioMetaData Class. It's the return type of the torchaudio.info function, and it has many variables. There will be the sample rate, the number of frames, number of channels, bits per sample. So the number of bits per sample, it will be 0 for lossy formats or when it cannot be accurately inferred. Then there will be the encoding, and we've seen this before. There are many encoding types, and it can be one of the following: PCM signed, PCM unsigned, PCM floating point, FLAC, MP3, and so on. So if we take a look here at the metadata, so it's the class audio metadata, which is the return type of torchaudio.info. It's exactly like we seen before. And in this next line we are printing, so we already seen this f string, so there's nothing new here, but we are printing this metadata, and this metadata is telling us that the sample rate is 48 kilohertz, the number of frames is 48,000, there is one channel, there are 16 bits per sample, and the encoding is the PCM signed. So this way we can get a lot of interesting information about our audio data: number of channels, the sample rate, bits per sample, and so on.